Most men wander blind in the realm of compliments, stumbling over generic praise, hoping to spark something real. They either whisper safe cliches like, "You're beautiful," which dissolve on contact, or they push too hard, layering flattery so thick it reeks of desperation. And yet, they all fail for the same reason. Because no woman, especially one who's used to attention, feels anything when she hears what she's heard 100 times before. The compliment rolls off her like water on glass. No imprint, no spark, no grip. Because attraction doesn't respond to noise. It responds to impact, to something unexpected, to something personal. And this is where most men lose their power. But where you, brother, begin to wield yours. This is where the forbidden compliments live. Not surface-level sweet talk, but weapons of deep influence, each one crafted to slide beneath her armor, to bypass logic, to trigger the parts of her brain and body she doesn't even consciously control. These are the words that slip past her filters, leave her thinking about you for days, and pull her into your gravity before she even realizes it. They're not about making her smile. They're about making her feel intrigued, feel pulled. In this video, you will learn 3 forbidden compliments, each one a hypnotic key, each one engineered to evoke desire, emotional depth, and irresistible curiosity. These aren't compliments, they're spells. Let's begin. Forbidden compliment number 1. There's something about you I can't quite figure out. This is not a compliment, it's a psychological trigger, a doorway to a dimension most men never even glimpse. It activates one of the most potent forces inside a woman. The need to be understood. You see, most men blurt out validations that are easy to process. You're gorgeous. You've got a beautiful smile. Safe? Yes. Memorable? Never. But when you look her in the eye and say, "There's something about you I can't quite figure out," you shift the entire dynamic. You inject mystery into the moment. She becomes the puzzle. You become the man who noticed it. And here's the genius. You don't define what makes her special. You let her wonder. You let her prove it to herself. This subtle shift flips the script. Now she's seeking your validation. She's invested. Here's why it works. 1. Uniqueness trigger. You're showing her that she's more than the sum of her looks, that there's something rare within her. 2. Open loop tension. By not explaining what you see, you create psychological suspense, a loop her mind can't help but close. 3. Emotional investment. She starts analyzing, reflecting, engaging with you, around you, because of you. And once she starts thinking about you when you're not around, you've already won. But here's the spellbinding technique. Say it like a passing thought, mid-conversation, after she shares something intriguing. Pause, narrow your gaze, drop your tone. "You know, there's something about you I can't quite figure out." Or, "You're not like most people I meet, but I can't put my finger on why." And then, silence. Let the words echo in her mind. Let her need to know what you meant. Let her lean in, emotionally, mentally, physically. Don't fill the space. Don't explain. She'll do the work for you. This is how you create obsession. This is how you become unforgettable. This is how you make her chase the answer. You. Forbidden compliment number 2. I feel like there's a side of you most people never get to see. This line isn't just powerful, it's a psychological key. Where most men compliment what's visible, you're about to reach into something far more sacred, the unseen. You're stepping past the mask and speaking to the soul. You see, women live in a world where they're constantly seen but rarely understood. Their beauty is noticed, their style is praised, their charm is acknowledged, but their depth, often ignored. But when you say, "I feel like there's a side of you most people never get to see," you're not flattering, you're awakening something. You're telling her, first, "I see past the mask." You're not impressed by the performance. You're drawn to what's underneath. Second, you're more than what you present, and that more is what excites you. Third, I want the real you, and that realness, that truth, it's what every woman secretly wants to give, but only to a man who earns it. This compliment subtly triggers her to open up, to show you the pieces she hides. And as she opens, she begins to bond, not with a compliment, but with the man who sees her fully. Here's how to deliver the line. She says something vulnerable. You pause, let the moment breathe. Then, gently, I feel like there's a side of you most people never get to see. Or she laughs in a way that's unfiltered, wild, real. You lean in slightly and say, I don't think most people ever get to experience this version of you. Or she reveals a quirky habit, a childhood story, a sudden burst of emotion. You lock eyes and whisper, this is interesting. I bet most people never even realize this about you. Here's why it's lethal. You're not telling her what she already knows. You're inviting her to show you more. You're planting the idea that you see her in a way no one else does. And once she believes that, she opens more, she feels more, she craves more. She starts chasing the you that made her feel this way. You've bypassed her ego and touched her identity. And that, brother, is where real obsession begins. Forbidden compliment number 3. I can't decide if you're trouble or exactly what I need. This isn't a compliment, it's a psychological landmine, timed to explode in her subconscious the moment you say it. Where other men hand over their power, hoping to be chosen, you ignite tension, you inject uncertainty, and that, brother, is the birthplace of desire. When you say, I can't decide if you're trouble or exactly what I need, you're not flattering her. You're inviting her into your storm. Why does this work so powerfully? 1. Intrigue. You paint her as unpredictable, dangerous, mysterious. Women love to feel like they're chaos wrapped in charm. 2. Push-pull polarity. You're showing interest while holding your emotional ground. That balance makes you magnetic. 3. Emotional spike. The phrase jolts her out of autopilot. She feels something, and that feeling gets tied to you. Here's the hypnotic brilliance. You're no longer the one being evaluated. She is. You've flipped the script. Now she's wondering, am I the kind of woman he can handle? Why does he see danger in me? What does he mean by exactly what I need? Her mind opens a loop, and you become the puzzle she has to solve. Here's how to cast this spell. She says something bold, teasing, or playful. You smirk, lean closer, lock eyes, and with a slight exhale, I can't tell if you're trouble or exactly what I need. She makes a witty remark, challenges your opinion, or surprises you. Tilt your head, smile subtly, and drop the line. You're dangerous, but in a way that might be perfect for me. Or she shares something real, unexpected, or emotionally deep. Take a beat, lower your voice, let the moment stretch. I honestly don't know whether to run from you or figure you out. The power is in the tone. Say it slowly, smoothly, like you're letting her in on a secret you're still wrestling with. Let the tension hang. Let her feel the storm in your voice, because in that moment, she won't be thinking about anyone else. She'll be caught in your spell. This line doesn't just make her feel beautiful. It makes her feel dangerous, complex, wanted, and most of all, unforgettable. And that is the power most men never dare to touch. The majority of men give compliments that disappear the second they're said. You now possess 3 that bind her attention, stir her emotions, and anchor you in her mind. Not because of what you say, but because of what she feels when you say it. These are more than words. They are mirrors, they are riddles, they are keys, and used wisely, they will make her crave your presence, your mystery, your mind. Because in the end, it's not about being the loudest, it's about being the one she can't stop thinking about. This is how you influence. This is how you reshape desire. This is the power you now hold. You've just learned 3 forbidden compliments. But this was never just about attraction. It was about influence, the kind that lingers, the kind that rewires memory. Now, she won't just remember what you said. She'll remember how she felt when you said it. And you, brother, have only just begun to build. Subscribe to the Stoic Architect for more. The next spell arrives soon.